What's a frequency can this
What's up, all you sparks out there in the Matrix? This is Chris. I hope everybody's doing well out there. Today's topic is Wi-Fi radiation and EMF radiation, electromagnetic field. Okay, now it's $1 billion industry, so they really don't want you to know that it really is as bad for us as it is. 30 years ago, 1990, right? I was in college and I did a term paper on cell phones that were really kind of just coming out at that time and the EMF and the radiation. And my pretty much half of my topic on my term paper was about the dangers of the electromagnetic fields and all of these towers that were coming up and everything. And so it was a thing 30 years ago, okay? And kind of the odd thing is that over the years, when I would go back and look, there was less and less information online. So, you really kind of have to do your own research, but I promise you it is a thing. Um, and it is something that because cell phones, Wi-Fi in our homes, at work, even just our neighbors, if you live outside with towers, we're pretty much swimming in stronger and stronger electromagnetic fields that people are having sleep issues, irritability issues, physical symptoms that they really aren't getting to the bottom of, like, why is this happening? You know, um, and it's like you're not putting two and two together, but this is what it's from. It's like I'm not here to convince anybody of it, because I know it's a fact. I'm just going to try and offer different things that you can do to minimize it because you're never going to get away from it completely. But if you go get yourself one of those little EMF detectors, you can get them on Amazon for like $20, a basic one. You can pretty much walk around if you're one of those types of people that doesn't want to go get the stones. Like this is actually called tiger's eye, which again, it's a block. It's measurable too. It's not just, most people understand this these days that, crystals and certain rocks, it's not just, they look nice and it's in your head and you're a crazy hippie. There's an actual interaction between our electromagnetic fields and these different false ones that are around us, again, through the Wi-Fi that we have in our homes, through this. I mean, I saw a video where, it was a scientist guy that measured somebody um, after about 15 minutes, 20 minutes on the phone with this thing. They were measuring the person's blood. It was literally boiling from radiation, the blood, this on a cellular level. In fact, if you read the instructions, which these guys come with, it'll say not to put this thing directly up to your ear, and it's like, and everybody does. You keep them on your nightstand, because they're alarm clocks, they're never too far. And they say the younger you are, the more susceptible you are because I guess you have less built-in um, protection, natural protection that all of the kids these days. So you really kind of have to go out of your way. Of course, I mean, no one's going to not use their cell phone. Most people are going to keep the Wi-Fi in their house. And you have to use it at work, but you personally can do a lot of different things to kind of put up a barrier between that, or at least minimize the effect, and you can do the judging for yourself. Because I know for a fact when I was using the computer a lot, after I got laid off from my job, that I went out and I got one of these. It broke, but it still works. So forgive me. But these are literally EMF glasses that you can test with a light and you can see. And I noticed almost immediately that when I'm wearing these and I'm looking at the computer screen, um, I feel less tension. I feel less stress. I don't get headaches or anything. So I would recommend first and foremost to anybody that looks at a computer screen for any extended period of time. I would say any time, but especially at work, especially if you're at home, especially if you like to scroll through your phone. to get a pair of these and always have them with you, because it will give you headaches and it will affect you on a physiological level. Okay, the second thing that you can do um, is go out and get something called shungite. Okay, it's a type of rock, which is a direct barrier. It's a natural rock, and I have two of them right here. Um, this one you can probably see has some shine to it. So this is a finished shungite rock. And this one is more of a bare, it doesn't have the finish on it. Okay. And so these are both shungite, Shungite. You can order these online, but I would suggest you go to your local mall or go to one of these shops where kind of, you're getting what you're getting, because there's a lot of different types of stones out there. Like there's hematite and there's magnetite, and these might do the same thing, but they're not as strong and powerful. Like these actually on these radiation sites are suggested. This isn't just like from new age shops that are saying this. So, um, so the unpolished shungite you can actually put in water if you want to purify your water. Or what I do is I actually have two different Wi-Fi ports in my house. I got one in my living room and I got one in my bedroom. So I keep a piece of this right on top. And then one of these, the shinier guys, you can actually keep in your pocket. You can actually keep it next to your cell phone on your nightstand. If you refuse to do other things that I'm going to suggest, here's just small little things that again you can measure. If you don't want to go out and get one of these, again, there's a lot of different things that you can do to help minimize it with the radiation. So you can get yourself a nice pure silver coin, and it's not just for investment purposes. You can stick that in your pocket. You can stick that in your back pocket, especially if you walk around with your cell phone. Again, if you're sticking your cell phone in your back pocket, you don't have to be on that to know that it's on. It's receiving a signal. It even receives a signal, again, not as strong even when it's off, because it's connected to those towers that are out there. So there's a few different things you can do. You can get yourself some copper material, actual it's called copper fabric. People actually put it on their beds, on their mattresses. It's going to be a separate video that I'm going to do where you can ground yourself while you sleep, which is also EMF protection. But if you just want to go out and get yourself some copper fabric and kind of fold it, and put that in your back pocket when you stick your phone in there, you're creating a barrier that's going to stop this radiation from literally getting into your energy field. And it makes a big difference. One of the things that I first started doing before I got some of these stones and some of these other things is you can just go, everyone's got tinfoil in their house, right? So you just before you go to bed, if you want to have this as on your nightstand when you're finally going to go to sleep, you just wrap this in the tinfoil. You can leave it there, and your alarm is still going to go off. That's internally set. But what's happening is that thing is not glowing on your nightstand, which is, it's why you don't sleep as well. It's why you toss and turn. It's why you get up at night. There's a direct correlation. Um, that's why if you can at night before you go to bed, turn your Wi-Fi off completely. Believe it or not, I sleep pretty good and I'm pretty healthy. But if I had any kind of health issues that I was dealing with, if I was insomnia, if I had like aches and pains, they say a lot of swelling issues. If your healing is kind of minimized with these electromagnetic fields, I would probably be turning it off altogether, which is really the best thing to do. You can put it on a timer, it just takes a few minutes in the morning. Or again, a quicker thing that I've been doing is I just got the unfinished shungite and I keep it right on top of my two routers. Um, and from what I've read, it minimizes the electromagnetic field. And I keep one of these on my nightstand, and I usually wrap this so I'm kind of hitting it from a bunch of different angles. And I usually have one of these in my pocket. Now, the reason you don't want to have this in your pocket is you can't really tell the unfinished is that because it kind of rubs off on your hands, on your fingers, and everything. So anyway, these are the strongest EMF protection out there. The shungite, the good old aluminum tinfoil. Remember back in the day when they'd say the guy wears a tinfoil hat, to keep his thoughts inside. Well, it's kind of a joke, but it's based on the same principles. I mean, if you think about it, I know a lot of people get skeptical, but thousands of people each year die from getting hit by lightning, right? Just walking around outside. That's because our energy fields are we're magnets, for electromagnetic currents. Again, you can get one of these EMF readers, and it's not just a hippie sounds good theory in your head. That guy's crazy. It's like you can literally measure it when you step on one of these grounding mats, like inside that are plugged into these outlets. You see that the voltage goes down to zero. Soon as you step off that and you're getting everything that's in your house, it goes up to like 5 or 6, and then if you have a cell tower outside that you're not aware of, that's hitting it, the closer you are, the worse. That's why there are all of these cancer clusters out there. And there's a reason that these cell towers only go up in poor neighborhoods. Yeah, again, it's not conspiracy theory. It's not. It's all real. And it's kind of even if you live in an apartment like I do, you don't know what the guy upstairs has as far as routers. You could be getting radiation coming this way. You can get it coming that way, which is why, again, if you do your research online, you'll see that they actually have copper um, window covers, EMF protection. It's really up to each individual to really research this stuff because I've watched enough of these videos online where people that with severe health issues have addressed these things, and they did their own tests. Within a week, within a month, they started sleeping better. Their aches and pains started going away. They left their pills around, that they were given for, to mask these symptoms. They wound up throwing them in the garbage because, again, there's usually a close reason if you're feeling irritability, if you're not sleeping right, if you're getting these aches and pains, if you're all kinds of things. So anyway, I just wanted to really keep it basic. I'm trying to think if there was anything else that I missed. Again, you got the silver coin you can keep in your pocket. You can get some shungite. You can order it. Get an EMF detector for like $20 off of Amazon if you want to walk around and really see what's coming in. If you're standing inside, or let's say you got shoes on, right, that have um rubber soles. Those rubber soles on your shoes block you from, actually, they call it earthing, grounding, but grounding is more with the electronic plug. Earthing is more when your feet are actually touching the earth. Your body actually connects to the ground and grounds itself. And if you have one of these EMF detectors in your hand, you can measure it yourself. So all of these people that think it's just out there and it's crazy and it's just in your head, it's not. It's like, go do your tests. Just go on YouTube and see. There's like 100 different guys out there that have run their own tests. So if you can, and you can get out into nature, if you have any kind of dirt, or believe it or not, even concrete, which is man-made, if you can get your bare feet onto the dirt, onto the sand, even with the ions at the beach. That's why going to the beach, a lot of times you don't realize you feel really good afterwards. It's like because you got your bare feet on the earth while you're connecting to it and everything. Your body is literally releasing all of the radiation. This 5G, it's so strong. It's so much stronger. It's like, oh, we think it's better and everything. It runs everything faster. It's like, yeah, well, it's also a lot more toxic. There's going to be lawsuits down the line. I'm telling you, with different brain cancers that are starting to come out, different growths. And it's just so funny how it's always on the side of the head where the person uses their phone. you know there's going to be a lot of lawsuits out there that are going to be coming down the line, and you just don't want to have to be one of those people. especially the younger people and older people are they're a lot more susceptible to these electromagnetic fields. So anyway, I hope that helped spark your curiosity to start looking around and realize that we are sparks and that we're responsible for our currents going through us as energy beings. And I hope to talk to you soon. Please share this with someone you care about. Please comment and like. All right, guys, we'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.